Hi, I'm Darrell,
And I'm Elia.
and we are Black Nerdy Scholars. Back from break. Back from break.
For the real
Yeah.
break.
Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
How
How
are
was
you?
how was your Thanksgiving?
It was pretty good. I actually was gonna go to Blacksgiving from like the
Blacksgiving?
yes, so Black
Is that
Gratitude
like
Network.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Go ahead.
But it was actually like the week before Thanksgiving, which I didn't realize until Thanksgiving. So then I just got food from
Yeah.
this black soul food restaurant. It was good.
Yeah, me and my friends had the Friendsgiving before Thanksgiving. And it was great.
That makes sense.
Good food, a lot of people there.
Yeah.
We took last week off just to give us and our editor some like time and some break, which I
Yeah.
needed because suddenly my dog got sick and had to get put down this past weekend. Bummer intro to the
Yeah.
podcast, but a thing that I had to deal with all weekend. I guess skip ahead if you want to hear this part. Uh, I guess he had some sort of abdominal cancer that none of the vets ever caught because
Mhm.
I took him to get like he had a yearly checkup not too long ago, and they were like, he's the pink of health, he's great. And then the whatever mass was forming ruptured, and it caused his chest to just trigger warning slowly fill up with blood, and he was just having trouble breathing. We took him in, took him to the emergency, and the emergency vet, the first thing she said was like, I would recommend euthanasia. Um, so may he rest, Oreo,
R.I.P. King.
goodest boy.
Sweetest boy.
Yeah, it's a weird thing because it's like I am grieving, but it doesn't feel like what the movies tell me it should feel like. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And I know the cliche like everyone, not cliche. I know everyone grieves however they wish, or like people grieve in different ways. People grieve by making jokes or diving into their projects, but I just feel like it feels weird to go straight back into mundanity. Um, but it's. I mean, I don't have much else to say. Yeah, it happened, and unfortunately, life goes on.
It feels a little weird getting back into things. It almost feels like time is kind of like betraying you by just going
Sure.
on and not acknowledging things.
Yeah. So that's where I've been at. How was Thanksgiving proper over there?
Oh, it was chill. I mean, I usually don't go anywhere for Thanksgiving since
Mm-hmm.
my family's on the other side of the coast, so it's just not feasible to
Mm-hmm.
go for Thanksgiving and then come back for Christmas. So
Yeah.
I usually just hang out with my friends or
Are you
just
going
go
back for
over.
Christmas?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go back
Yeah, yeah,
for
yeah.
like 2 weeks or something,
That's great.
and then
I'm
I'll
not
be
going
back for
anywhere
New
for
Year's.
Christmas.
Oh, you're gonna stay in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't fly home much. I don't fly home
yeah.
much. Um,
To the the.
family's cool, but like I don't like being in my hometown.
Hmm.
It reminds me of when I lived in my hometown. And I didn't like it there. Just too many memories of like being a shitty little kid with shitty little friends.
I
The
always feel like that when I go back home. I just
Yeah,
it feels like not that I'm trapped, but it feels like
it's like
I'm not.
claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this space was a lot bigger when I was a lot smaller.
Hmm.
But now that I'm an adult that pays taxes, I just feel so caged in. And it
Yeah.
doesn't help that my mother lives like around the corner from the high school that I went to. Because
Oh,
when I
hey,
was in high school,
same.
I used to oh cool yeah, or I guess not cool. I used to walk to school every day,
Yes,
uh,
I live walking
even though I had a
distance.
car. Yeah,
And it also doesn't help that it's not like I'm living in like a big city
yeah,
or somewhere
very
with a lot of stuff
suburban.
to do. It's super suburban and
Yeah,
it's boring unless
it's
you're a college
boring.
kid and you drink your night away, you know.
Yeah, and even then, like
Hmm,
drinking the night away. I want
hmm,
to do other stuff. I want to do things.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
I,
yeah.
I
I
want to
honestly
see
don't
the
even.
world.
Yeah, It's so weird that like I'm glad that I don't live there anymore. Not like with my family, but in my hometown. I
Same.
know a couple of people that I went to high school with that still live at home.
People where I'm from are actually quite attached to the city,
I
or
don't
it's a
get
college
it.
town, but it's like they're super prideful to the point where they'll go to the high school. So the high school and the college have the same name. So it's
Mm-hmm.
all interconnected. So they'll go to the high school, go across the street because the college is across the street from the high school. And then they'll just stay there their whole lives and their kids will go to the high school and I'm like,
Yeah.
the pride is I it's not like we live somewhere cool with a bunch of
Yeah.
shit to do.
Yeah, it'd be different if it was like a major city. Like I
Yeah.
understand like if you're from New York being like I'm from New York and I'm never leaving New York. That's not a New York accent.
Yeah.
But like
The
I
Cali
kind of get it.
the
Uh
Cali people and the New York people, I understand when
or
you
like
have this.
Chicago, even Baltimore, like just like any of the major cities. Like I get
Yeah.
like there's so many people and so much happening.
Hmm.
That I get like staying in your hometown that is a major city is fundamentally different, I think, than staying
I
in your
agree.
hometown when it's just like some town.
A college town at most, because
Yeah,
I live in a college town. It's just that's all there is. It's the college.
yeah. I
There's
technically grew up in a college town, but the college was on the other side of town. And instead, it like my hometown. I'm from Newport News. I'm from Newport News,
oh
Virginia.
yeah, yeah.
Um, which is near Richmond, which is the place that people know.
Hampton.
But it's near like I grew up near the College of William and Mary, between William and Mary and Christopher Newport University.
Okay.
And Newport News is divided along two main roads, and one of the main roads has most of the black people.
Hmm.
And then the other main road has like the strip malls and the like the shopping complexes that are like malls, but they're like bigger and spread out, and like apartments are built into, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
places where PF Chang's usually are. That's the other road.
Yeah.
Um, and like I was on one end, and like the university was on the other end. I had friends that went to that university, and then after they were done, they stayed there.
Okay.
I
That's
don't get it.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you
like,
couldn't pay me to stay
oh.
home. Yeah,
In fact, that used to be my worst nightmare as like a child. I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna
yeah,
stay here forever and
yeah, 100%.
and marry an ugly boy from here.
Oh no, the worst of all fates, being at home with an uggo.
With the ugly.
The
Oh no.
uggo. Yeah, yeah,
Oh.
yeah. It's. I'm very glad that school has taken me so far away from there, despite me being at this point where I'm so tired of school. I'm
I will
so
always
done with school.
I will always be grateful for school in the sense that it
Mm-hmm.
enabled me to travel and see different places on my own in a way that I probably couldn't do in like my
Mm-hmm.
particular age range
Yeah,
without hella funds. So I
100%.
will appreciate that I got to like see different parts of the world outside of where I'm
Yeah.
from. Even though,
Eve-
I've lived in
yeah.
quite a few places, but
Yeah.
I
I
would never come
agree,
to the
though
West
the
Coast
furthest
ever.
away from where I was born is like Houston, Texas,
Oh
like
yeah.
halfway across the country. I've never gone further west than Houston. I've never left the country. Sorry, I keep
Hmm.
yawning. That can't be good. That can't be good content. Oh, this fucking tired motherfucker. What the hell? Yeah.
We'll bleep out your yawns.
Just comic book or like clown noises. That's funny. Well, what did you do to keep your sanity over Thanksgiving break if you weren't doing anything?
Oh, I've just been playing a lot of games actually, because
What have you been playing? I like
yes,
games.
yeah, I know you like games.
I like
So
games.
recently, I have been playing Dispatch by
Dispatch
AdHoc.
good. Dispatch
Dispatch is really
good.
good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I'm not too familiar with Critical Role outside of
Mm-hmm.
what you've told me, but I do know that from what I learned, some former members of like Telltale Games, so Wolf
Yeah,
Among Us and
because
stuff.
Telltale went out of business. They
Okay,
went
that's
they
what I
went
meant.
bankrupt in like 2018 or
Oh,
something like that.
not bankrupt. That's
Yeah,
sad.
yeah, yeah, yeah. They like fully disappeared.
Oh
Right
shoot.
around the time that they announced Wolf Among Us 2.
So it's never happening, basically.
It's never happening. It is never happening. I hope it happens because the Wolf Among Us is good, and
Yeah.
I can't wait to show you it because Wolf Among Us is good. You know what?
I'll
Sorry, I'll put a pin in Wolf Among Us. We'll come back to that. Or actually, no. I'm gonna say put a pin in Dispatch. We're gonna come back to that. Do you know
yeah.
Wolf Among Us is based on a comic?
Yeah. I do
Yeah,
know that,
by
yeah.
Bill Willingham, I think, called Fables.
Yeah.
And
Actually,
Fables is really good.
it came up when I was teaching, because one of the course shells for the class I teach is fairy tales. So
Mm-hmm.
that was mentioned as, fairy tale, dark fairy tale content.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Though, I mean, I guess it is dark fairy tale content. It's like if you haven't heard, if both Wolf Among Us and Fables are about like what if fairy tales from like our childhood fairy tales, Cinderella, Aladdin, Little Red Riding Hood, like
Yeah.
et cetera, um, were had an exodus out of the fairy tale world and diasporically landed in New York City and
I,
just lived there undercover for generations, living amongst people.
it's wild
And
because I found Fables originally through these weird visual novels that I realized were loosely inspired by Fables. Obviously, it was like, oh, I'm playing
mhm,
Little Red Riding Hood, and for some reason, the fairy tales exist outside of the fairy tale universe and are in our modern times. And she's like
mhm,
a detective, and
mhm,
there's the big bad wolf, and he's hot, and
mhm.
yes,
Yeah, I read a lot of fables like a decade ago. I think I started reading fables before I played The Wolf Among Us, and then the first time I played The Wolf Among Us, I didn't like it because I was like, this isn't like the comic book at all. Because Wolf Among Us is it's like a detective game. It's like
gritty
it's
noir vibe.
you're on a case, and there's like the Fables comic starts with Big B on a case, Big B Wolf or Big Bad Wolf. Um, it starts with him on a case, but then it very quickly becomes not about that at all. It becomes like more of a like political intrigue conspiracy thing, and then there's like a war arc, and then I read a lot of that up until like I guess I like after the war arc. I kind of stopped because there was a little bit of a lull as we were waiting for like children that were present to grow up into adults.
Ah,
And then from what I've heard, they've like the latter part of the original run of Fables added this like weird meta arc to it that I don't know much about. I just know spoilers. I'm pretty sure there are characters that are introduced that are like the writers, and they're like lowercase g gods to the fables or something like that. I know nothing about it other than hearing something about that. But I'm pretty sure Fables ended in like 2016 or something like that, and they started up again like in 2020 or something.
ah.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
they they did they overhaul or
Couldn't tell you. Have
okay.
no idea. I own the at least the first three compendiums, like the thick ass books of fables, but I
Oh,
don't know if that has all of it. I think it does have all of the original run, and it
okay.
doesn't have any of the relaunch. Um, and I haven't read it because it's long, but I want to read it.
Yeah.
Again, yeah, really good. Wolf Among Us, Dispatch.
Well, let me say first of all, funnily my because I know who Aaron Paul is from his prior voice acting works, BoJack Horseman, and then of
Sure.
course I know him from Breaking Bad.
Which I
So
still haven't seen.
it's great. I
I
mean,
know it's great, but when it came out, I was in high school, and everybody, including people that I thought I was better than, really liked
like
it.
it.
And so I was like, well, if you guys like it, it can't be that good. I'm gonna go back to watching iCarly. And so
I'll
I just never
say
watched it. I was abstinently against watching it.
it's worth it purely for the ride and like certain
Yeah,
actors who I quite like Giancarlo Esposito.
Giancarlo Esposito,
Yes, who what?
who is Italian and not Latin American.
Okay, it wasn't just me. Even though I get his name is like obviously Italian, but I'm like, oh, he's black.
Giancarlo
So you know how
Esposito.
black people be? They just
Mm-hmm.
be. I'm like, oh, he
Yeah.
Latino and he got
Yeah.
Italian
I
name.
mean, I do think if other black people's experience is similar to mine, I grew up thinking anyone that was like any vague of tan was kind of black, just because like, well, I am I have two black parents,
Yeah,
and
same.
four black grandparents, but one of those black grandparents is mixed, and she's
I'm actually
pale.
I have a similar thing going on with my grandpa. Well, I never met him, but I know that because you know my dad is from Puerto Rico. So
Yeah.
whenever my grandpa would fill out race stuff, he would switch between black and white. So
Mm-hmm.
he was a little ambiguous.
Yeah.
You know?
So when I grew up around a lot of black people of a wide range of hues and like neighborhood kids, a lot of which had my skin tone. In my mind, they were all black.
Oh
In
yeah.
hindsight, most of them were not black at all. They were just Latino like boys with darker skin tones. But in my mind, I was like, oh yeah, we're all black.
Honestly,
It didn't help that a lot of them said the N-word.
oh,
So it's like, yeah, they
I
wouldn't be
bet you
saying
pulled
this
up
if they weren't
the
black.
ancestry. Also,
Yeah.
it doesn't help that I think Giancarlo's from New York, and in my head, because you
Yeah.
know my dad's a New Yorican, so in my head I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
he's some type of Afro Latino. He's some
Totally.
type of me no black, me Dominican.
Yeah, he would play Miles Morales' grandfather or something.
Also, it doesn't
Um,
help that like one of his most major roles is literally a Latino man. So like,
he's like typecast as Latino man, and he's not. He's not that at all. He's Italian.
he's like Afro Latino.
Why did we
I
talk
mean, not
about
Afro
Breaking
Latino,
Bad?
Afro Italian.
Afro Italian,
exist.
incredible actor.
Oh yeah, one of the best.
Anyway,
Well, not
haven't
our
seen Breaking
generation.
Bad. It's on a list somewhere. Aaron Paul Dispatch.
Yes. So my friend was telling me how, oh yeah, Aaron Paul sounds so sexy. I'm like, what are you talking about? What are you saying to me right now? Like Todd?
Like in Dispatch?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Go ahead.
But then I started playing. I'm like, whoa, Aaron Paul, I've never heard you sound like this.
So in Dispatch, which you already said, AdHoc, it is a telltale style game, like choice-based game, set in like a superhero genre world where he plays the character Robert Robertson III, and he's basically this world, or at least LA's Iron Man, like guy with no powers but has a robot suit. And he is a swagged out white boy. Like he's got the sauce.
Like they be roasting the fuck out of him, but
Yeah.
he got aura.
He got aura.
That's why the Z team ends up falling for him. Okay, not like romantically.
How far have you gotten?
Him. I just finished episode 6. So
you're almost done. So you spoiler, you ended with Trackstar.
No, wait. I fucked up.
Episode 6?
Okay, maybe I ended with episode 5. All I know is Robert ends up confessing he's Mecha Man.
That is
finally.
5.
Okay, shit.
That is episode 5 after the bar fight.
That was so fun.
It was great.
Great.
Who did you cut?
Oh, I cut Sonar.
Me too. I also cut Sonar. It does seem like Coupe is the favored cut.
Yeah, she I think it was like 70% or a really high number of players.
Part of that is because Sonar is voiced by Moist Critical.
Oh,
yeah. So he's got a fade, like people knew of him, and then Coupe's voice actress, I believe, is one of the main writers of it, whose name I don't remember. We're gonna put the name up there. Yes. But I cut Sonar because I didn't like him.
I thought he
I thought it was
was
whack.
I thought he was funny for what he was, haha, a crypto bro bat. But I thought Coop would be much more useful, and I also quite was enjoying the banter between Coop and Punch Up. I'm
Hmm.
like, ooh, they got a little vibe going on.
I think I just felt for Coop more, like this assassin that like it seemed like based on what how they responded to different things, Coupe wanted to change more than Sonar.
I also felt Coop was just overall more reliable because I'm like, come on, this dude literally got tricked into getting cuffed to a barbell because he wanted to see a boob.
To be fair, she's the one who tricked him. But I felt the same. The thing that sold me, one of the
The tricky.
on the dispatch session of that episode where you have to cut a person, one of the first dispatches is like there's a drug bust, and I sent Sonar to do it, and when he did it, he succeeded. He was like, "Hold on a second, I just gotta go powder my cocaine," and I'm like, "You doing the booger sugar on the job, bitch? You on the clock?
He's a bit of a
Coked up at
wild card.
school or at work?"
I'm like,
I didn't like that shit.
he just also Coop was just cooler than me. Like a
Yeah,
ballerina assassin girly. I'm always picked the ballerina assassin over
totally.
the crypto bro. Although Malevola was bad as fuck at me.
Yeah,
I heard
yeah, yeah.
Malevola reacts worse to you cutting Sonar than Punch Up reacts to you
Yeah.
cutting Coop.
That's what I've heard too, but
I'm like,
I
girl,
guess
get
we'll never
over it. You
know.
want to get cut next?
Yeah.
You bad,
There's my
but
thing. Like that so thematically, Dispatch is about one of the major themes of Dispatch is redemption.
yeah.
And the way I played Robert is that like these people were given people don't just become villains most of the time. Most
Yes.
people don't just do crime. Most people react to their circumstances, right? And once you're in the system, it is incredibly difficult to get out of the system. And so we have this pilot program meant to help these offenders break from the system.
Hmm.
Why are we throwing one of them away?
Yeah, I don't. I thought the cutting thing was.
It felt like I understand that the game needed choices that mattered. It needed stakes. But the story you were telling me, it feels contrived and counterintuitive to go, well, one of these motherfuckers gotta go. Why? And why do I have to do it? If you want to cut one of these motherfuckers, you gotta do it. If it were up to me, I'm not cutting anybody. They need my help.
It's very mixed messaging in the sense that who is Robert supposed to be to these people? Because you want them to, ultimately the company would benefit from them trusting Robert, thinking of him as like a mentor sort. But then it's like, you're making him cut people and do the dirty work, and it's all this mixed messaging is happening between him and the Z team.
I think, and this is as someone who has never written a video game and has never published anything creative like that. I think I would be more comfortable with the plot line of having to cut somebody if the antagonist of that episode is the system. If it's like, oh no, we can't afford one of these people, so our corporate donors are making us get rid of one. Because it's like when you replace whoever you cut, you replace them with someone that already has a job there. Like you don't replace them with a new hire. You replace them with either a Phenomenon, the person who has already been working there, or Waterboy, the person who was already working there for less money. Right? It would, to me, it would feel better if it was like our bosses are forcing us to get rid of a person because of money and nothing else. Because if we're getting rid of them based on their capability, they're in the Phoenix program. They all suck. Is that not what? Why did you hire me if not to make these people better? Give me the chance. It's just so frustrating. If this were real, like I get it's a video game. If I were really Robert Robertson in that world, I personally would have fought harder. No, I'm not cutting one of them. If you need to cut somebody, you do it. I'm not doing it.
Y'all one who asked me to get a job here.
You asked me here. Totally. Yeah.
But I also think that even shows like you're saying you want to help reform these villains, but your priority lies, of course, with like the front-facing heroes of your company.
Mm-hmm.
So that I think that's an interesting thematic happening, actually.
And especially like, to the point about like the corporate part of Dispatch is not the first. It is not the only text of its kind that takes this kind of approach to this popular superhero genre. Plenty of things like there's that one show called, I think there's like a damage control show that got only one season, and there's this other show that had like Vanessa Hudgens in it that was like superhero world but corporate office setting, right? And I'm sure there are plenty of comics that are like that I just don't read them. There's stuff like that in The Boys too. Yeah. I think if part of the corporateness of a genre fiction, I think should be the capitalism of it, right? It's like Marvel meets Office Space, but part of Office Space is how fucking bullshit The Office is because of capitalistic need. There's a corporatism that sucks.
There's not enough of an evil overarching corporate vibe happening. Like we got I mean, at most we have Blazer from what I've seen, but like Blazer's not an evil corporate lady, you know. She's kind of doing their job.
Honestly, I think that would flesh her out a little bit. I like Blazer. I've played through it once, and I'm finishing a second playthrough. In my first playthrough, I went for Invisigal.
Mm-hmm.
And if you all in Invisigal, or at least when I all in Invisigal, I feel like I got basically no Blonde Blazer. Like she was not around.
That's another thing. And you know what? This actually comes up a lot in games I play. And something I always think about is the balance happening with the love interests. Because I think this one, it's very evident there's a favorite, which is fair. I like Invisigal. But she seems to be like the predominant love interest they're pushing versus Blazer. Because you'll get Invisigal. I mean, you know, you'll see Invisigal more via her being on the Z team, but you'll get her even if you're mostly taking Blazer choices. Yeah. So it would be cool to see more of Blazer.
To me, that signals that Blonde Blazer is the more canon choice. Just because, like, if you're after Invisigal, you get a lot of Invisigal and very little Blonde Blazer. But if you're after Blonde Blazer, you get a lot of Invisigal and a lot of Blonde Blazer. It just feels like you get the most game with Blonde Blazer. And also, I think Invisigal's character, as a character, Invisigal is immature. She is.
Yeah.
And throughout the series, she has a habit of juxtaposing belief in her with sexual attraction, right? She had at the end of episode, and I'm gonna try to be as careful as I can because you still have episode 7 and 8.
6, 7, 8.
6, 7, and 8.
Not 6, 7. Sorry.
You still you help in episode 3. At the end of episode 3, you help her catch Laser Guy in the jewelry store, and then the next episode, she's like Thunderstruck. Yeah. Nice thunder cuck. The next episode, she has the sex dream about you or about Robert. And
can I just say that was my first time playing with my speakers instead of my headphones. I was like, ooh.
Just Laura Bailey moaning into your mic, which
I hope my roommate don't think I'm like freaked out.
I'm not mad at. I love Laura Bailey.
She sounded good.
Laura, like I feel like I don't remember a time before I knew Laura Bailey's voice.
You know what I mean? Her voice has been important to me since I was in 6th grade and I was watching Fruits Basket.
I adore her.
She's always been with me.
I feel the way I need to be careful about this so I don't sound like a parasocial lunatic. I feel about Laura Bailey in a way that I would compare with like elementary school students' crush on their teacher.
Oh yeah.
Right? Where it's like, I have these intense, complicated feelings towards you, but I don't realize that part of those feelings is because you're such a big part of my developmental stages.
You know what? That actually sort of describes Invisigout and Robert's relationship for me.
100%. I'm so glad you brought it back around because his helping of her, she generally doesn't have the emotional maturity to translate it as anything other than something bodily, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
She knows how to fuck. We're enemies and we fuck. It's not really in between.
Yeah. She has this massive fuck you wall up. And I'm willing to bet, just from the read of the character, the only time she even slightly opens the gate to that wall is when she's having sex, probably. Right? She doesn't have the language to understand affection if not for the nut.
Yeah, she can't envision worlds where, you know, Robert could just care about her as a person versus like wanting to fuck her, I think.
Yeah. And I think that's why it's like, I think it works better
when she's your mentee.
Yeah, when she's like, she doesn't realize she's the little sister. She thinks because there is affection, it must be sexual. And she uses sexuality as a way to maintain the wall. Mm-hmm. But she doesn't realize she doesn't need to have sex to be a good person. Like, you can care, like, Robert can care for her and should care for her because, again, he's supposed to be a mentor to these people. He's supposed to help them without fucking her.
She doesn't realize that, like, you can have this connection with this dude and you don't have to fuck him for the connection to be maintained.
Yeah. Like, but she probably literally never has done that.
She's never had that.
Real life people have never had that. A lot of men have never been in love with someone platonically. A lot of men, it's like they've got the boys, in which we kind of just play 2K, and then girls who I've got to get inside of. Like, dude, come on.
I even think the prospect is even like a little different for women, in the sense that I can definitely see how with women especially that there's this idea that you have to have like a physical thing to offer a man, like that's there's not really like another way to like view that relationship. Just so I think the turning point for me was, I think it was it episode 3 where she's like, oh, it's before you talk her up to go get Thunderfuck.
Yeah. And when she's on the swing smoking the cigarette.
Yeah, and Robert's basically like, just because you've been a villain all your life, and she truly believes that she was destined to be a villain because of her powers, which is, I even think about that in like a societal like race or a gender sort of thing. Like, this idea that you're going to be one thing because you were predisposed because of some factors about how you look or, how you feel about people. And he's like, well, no, you don't. Fuck fate. Fate is not real. You can be someone else.
You literally have the power to do what you want. You don't have to be this.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, shit. Like, oh. And I'm like, wow, I actually really like their relationship as mentor and mentee, as even despite my intense attraction to Laura Bailey's voice and all her characters.
I'm right there with you.
But I'm like, oh, I don't want to, especially in this run where I feel like my relationship with the Z team is going really well. Like I'm reaching them and stuff and connecting with them. So I'm like, I think I'm going to leave Invisigout as the homie. I do want to see how, her route goes, but I've been choosing the Blazer choices. Like when it asked,
I think that is a better story, personally.
Yeah.
Especially just like Robert Robert is an adult, and he seems well adjusted for as well as he can be as a person with daddy issues.
Yeah, love him.
And Blonde Blazer seems much more adjusted, though I haven't finished her run, so I don't know if there's
Me
some
either.
like secret stuff that we learn about her behind
What
the
episode
scenes.
are you on for her run?
I am on episode 6 for her run.
Okay, I heard something happens in 7 that I'm interested in seeing.
There's something that happens in 7. Yeah. I personally, and I honestly shouldn't say this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I think episodes 7 and 8 are the weakest.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it does a good job of sticking the landing in a game that needs a second game.
Oh yeah, kind of just making room for the next game.
For
sort
sure.
of thing.
Yeah,
Which is cool. It's
Yeah.
like your first game, so you know you don't.
I hope Dispatch 2 gets made. I hope it gets made faster than this one. I don't know if they'll be able to get Aaron Paul again, but we'll see. But I really hope so.
A lot of money.
I think it costs a lot of money. And like also like, well, I don't know, because like Jeffrey Wright is in it too, and he's,
well, actually, no. I feel like I love Robert, but I could see you could just go to a new Dispatch team. Honestly,
yeah,
you can get a new Dispatch.
I wouldn't be opposed to that. I really would not be opposed to a totally different thing, because I think it would be cool just conceptually if Dispatch 2 were about like a villain, like a reformed villain dispatcher.
That would be great.
Yeah. I think that would be cool. Interesting.
To circle back to Invisigal, because I'm a little chronically online, so I felt like I was seeing some pretty intense, divisive reactions.
People got weird online about Invisigal.
I was expecting a lot of more insane things based on like what people were saying, and I'm like,
there is a moment that is a lot from her in like episode 7 or 8 or something like. I think it's episode 7, and people are reacting to it in a way that I thought they would.
Mm-hmm.
With the initial reaction, but also it feels like they're kind of dragging it. But I can't say more. Without spoiling for you.
I'm all I'm gonna say is she used to be a supervillain. Do we want to explore characters?
Yeah.
Former villainous characters as they're being villainous.
Yeah.
Or do we, I don't know.
Yeah, just like in the game about redemption.
Oh wow, look at these people being shit.
Oh no.
Terrible.
I know the people that suck need to be redeemed. Yeah. I mean,
it's almost like she wasn't called Invisibitch before she.
I also think it's just like part of the reactions are this like post social media, post COVID era that we're in, where a lot of people struggle to just be in community with each other. I think people see individual slights as like any individual slight as an inherent deal breaker. Cut them out of your life, which if you want to do that, more power to you. Love it. But not every infraction is a death penalty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like, this is bad. This character is bad. You should not like that character because they did bad thing. I felt like if
they hurt me, therefore they are irredeemable in the game about redemption.
It's the irredeemable about that. Irredeemia.
Sound it out one more time. Let's do it. Irredeemability.
Irredeemability.
We got it.
I think that people assign to characters as if there's no there's no gray area, especially for people to be as complex as we are. There's not really any gray area left for Okay, I'm going on a tangent.
No, go on the tangent.
Yeah, especially I don't want to say gender plays a role, but
it does for sure.
It does.
Yeah.
I feel like gender is coming into play here. I'm just like, dang.
I think so during COVID, during quarantine, when everyone kind of had their metamorphosis,
Mm-hmm.
and their they did their fusion dance with the internet.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so much of like a lot of people came to terms with gender expectations, and now the conversation of like the male loneliness epidemic is often met with, well, who set that system up? Sure, men set the system up, but also not these men. I don't want to put the patriarchy is, we inherited that. That is not, we did not build that. We all uphold it. It is not any one individual person. And so it's so frustrating sometimes when people are like, well, they don't deserve help because they are doing man things. It just kind of feels like, well then what? What's the goal? Because I think what a lot of people want is they want men to change. Yes, I agree. Now what? Oh, well, they're not changing on their own. Yeah. What should we do? Well, I don't want to do anything. That is their problem. That's where I kind of disagree. But this is also coming from a man. Like, this is someone who has been socialized to be a man. I just feel like everyone is hurt by the patriarchy, and ideally everyone participates. But the issue is not enough men participate, so then more people that aren't men want to check out, which like just exacerbates a lot of the issues. But I don't know. Girl talk. Lady opinion.
Let's see. Well, I understand. That feeling. I think it also that comes into play with conversations about race and like racism. I think you see a lot of people are like, ah, fuck this. I don't. Oh, it's very common, especially now, for I think black people to feel like, we don't want to call this out. Why should we care about this when we have this happening to us? So I do
Mm-hmm.
think when non-men say that, it's in like the spirit of that, of
Yeah.
like, why should the onus be
Yeah.
on
Like when
non-men
the
or
ice raids
non-race
started
black
getting
people?
really
Yeah.
prominent, and there's a huge contingent of like black internet
Hmm.
faces that were like, black people stay home, we're sitting this one out.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay. What?
Not to, okay, you know what? Because I actually was gonna bring this up a while ago, but it didn't come up. But there was an incident where this crazed fan at like a Wicked premiere tried to like attack
I
Ariana
saw
Grande.
something about that.
Yes, and Cynthia Erivo basically stepped in, like, hey, back up off her. And then there was like a lot of people in communities, a lot of black people were like, why do black women always gotta be the savior? Or why is it the onus always on the black women? Would
When it's
Ariana
just two
Grande
real life
do for
people having a
Cynthia?
real life exchange when they are friends with each other.
They're just it. If you have, it's wild because I felt like it's been a joke throughout all of the Wicked press runs how weirdly close that Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo are. Like, they have their cute little odd little friendship. So I'm like, why can't it just be a friend is helping a friend?
I think a lot
Like,
of
why?
people have we have reached a point of social media and the internet where we tend to fictionalize real people
Hmm.
and personify fake people, or I guess anthropomorphize fake people, right? And so when people look at that and go like, wow, this is a microcosm of the way black and white women interact with each other. Not really. I mean, I guess if you want to read it that way, go off, but this is two individuals like, the conversation is a lot more boring than people want it to be.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mundanity to the way race and gender interacts with our world. And so in
Hmm.
that instance, yes, there might have been something, or maybe they were just friends. Not that it's not that deep, but you guys are seeing you guys are seeing a reflection in the water,
Yeah.
regardless of how deep it is. And I think that's really annoying.
It is.
I honestly like part of it is just we don't practice empathy in the same way people don't read books.
it's also, I think so many people, black people are, they feel jaded and burned, and they
Yeah.
take that out on, they project it onto every scenario.
Yeah.
It's like, damn, I get it, but also
It's like a way to
try
reclaim
thinking
some
less.
power.
I won't
Yeah.
usually say that, but sometimes it's okay to think
Yeah.
less about things
Yeah. Or
or not
just like
assign
think
meaning to everything.
slower. Like
Think
slow
slower.
down. Take your time. But
Yeah.
there's a speed to the internet. I have to get my opinion
Virality.
out on this thing because the next thing happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
And that sucks. And so much of this is, it should be a lot more boring. The only response really to that fan is that like the
That fan is
conversation
fucking
should have been
weird.
about parasociality. But
Why do
instead,
fans think they're entitled to the
yeah.
especially women,
Yeah.
famous women?
Because didn't something just happen like a month ago with like Billie Eilish or something?
Oh yeah, the fan like jumped on stage and attacked
Yeah.
her or something.
It's just the conversation should be on parasocial relationships. But a lot of people are like, well, they are famous, so they asked for this.
That's their fault.
They're people and they are working a job. It's
There's
just a job that a lot of people covet is the
There's
difference.
literally that middle-aged black woman. You know about Club Chalamet?
No.
Oh no, not you don't know about Club Chalamet.
Like
Okay,
Timmy?
so, yeah, like Timothy Chalamet.
Timmy
So
has a club? Can I sign up?
no, it's not an
Oh,
actual
okay.
club.
Okay.
So there is an infamous account on X called Club Chalamet that is known for reporting on everything that Timothy Chalamet does.
Is this
And
like the Taylor Swift jet tracker?
imagine that, but like if it was doing everything related to Taylor Swift, including like her jets. And also
Okay.
if this person also met Taylor Swift several times. But
Okay.
you know what? You know who Club Chalamet actually is? Because, I think from my assumptions, I would have thought like, oh, Club Chalamet is probably like a white girl in her, her like
Yeah, like
early
23, just got out of college.
Uh-huh.
They got a revenue going from their tweets while they were going to class, and they
Yeah.
just decided to be a social media influencer to pay the bills, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
And guess who Club Chalamet actually is? A middle-aged black woman.
I mean, okay.
Which I find interesting, one, because the concept of being so parasocial with someone who's like not even born when you were an adult, it's a little interesting to me.
Mhm.
I'm also like, she's actually made a career out of being Club Chalamet. Like, she travels all over the country. She actually just got put in the Washington Post with like a photo shoot about her. Actually, you know what? I feel
Is
like I should
she
share it.
famous? Like, is she a celebrity?
I guess
Or is
now,
this-
I
Okay.
guess we have to rethink.
You said
even
she
the
met
concept.
Timmy. You said she met Timmy more than once.
Yeah. I'm
In
pretty
what
sure.
context? Like as an interviewer?
Just as
like
a fan. Like, those people who chase celebs, I would probably compare her to that.
like Jake Gyllenhaal's character in Nightcrawler?
Oh yeah, doesn't he go around looking for like crazy shit to happen?
I think so. I don't think I've seen the entirety of that movie. But I've heard it's really good.
Oh, I have heard good things about this movie. But I just think the fact that she's become so, and like, look, she got like a photo shoot and stuff.
Uh-huh.
And it's talking about I didn't expect or want this, which is interesting to me because I'm like,
I didn't expect or want this kind of attention, Cromer said. I'm just a fan at the end of the day. These days, people like Cromer can wield astounding influence. Fan accounts are the newest players in the celebrity PR ecosystem. Unpaid promoters loudly celebrating their favorite stars' every success and waging war on critics. I mean, okay.
So it's just honestly, I think, well, on top of her being a Zionist, which
there's the other shoe. There's the other shoe.
Yeah, I was just looking into it. I'm like, oh yeah, I've always just thought she was pretty odd, but then I'm like, oh, now she's a Zionist. So you're
Speaking of Zionism, Did you see Miss Rachel just got voted like most anti-Semitic person of the year or something, like anti-Semite of the year by some
They better
Zionist
leave Miss Rachel
organization?
alone
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy to see some
because
like
all she did was be pro-Palestine,
literally
and
pro not kill kids.
like, hey, let's, which you would think she would be, since she
Works with
she
kids.
her she works with kids and makes media for children.
Like, remember just a few years ago how parents that didn't want to be a parent to their kids were like praising Miss Rachel for
Yeah,
preoccupying their children while they, I don't know, quarantined.
played on X and
Yeah, and now
Twitter.
she's the
Public Enemy.
Antichrist for going like I applaud her. Like I'm glad that she used her platform the way she did.
Absolutely.
Like very very Mr. Rogers of her. And that's
She does
great.
have a Mr. Rogers vibe, doesn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah, yeah. Very great. Oh, excuse me. Also speaking of Zionism, I've been playing Last of Us.
Oh yeah, because isn't the creator like a
Yeah, Neil Druckmann is a Zionist, I believe. And he allegedly wrote. Have you played The Last of Us?
No, I know of it.
You know of them? Okay, yeah.
Everybody
I
told me
hadn't
not to
played it
watch it or
before.
play it because it's sad.
It is sad. I hadn't played it before myself, but I've been so tapped into gamer spaces that I've basically seen the entirety of both of them.
Yeah.
And I've seen some of the episodes of the TV show, though I didn't want to watch it because I think when it came out, I wasn't in the headspace for something that sad. But I decided to go ahead and play it because I last week, especially while I was like taking care of my dog while he was still struggling, I just needed something to do, and I like hit kind of a depressive low because I had Friendsgiving, and then I was playing Dispatch, and then I finished Dispatch, and I was playing Hades 2, and then I beat Hades 2, though I could keep playing it, I just didn't want to.
I need to get that still.
And then I was watching Bridgerton, and then I finished Bridgerton, so I was just like, I'm done with all the things that were keeping me alive. And I have a really bad habit of just like putting off games. There's so many like incredible games that I know I'd like that I keep putting them off just because I get so bored within the first few seconds. Not because the games are boring, just because
executive dysfunction.
Yeah. And so I started playing The Last of Us because I was like, okay, bite the bullet, push past whatever it is that you're feeling, push past the autism and the ADHD and stuff like that, and start playing it. And I started playing it, and it holds up. Within seconds of the first game, I was like, yeah, they nailed it. They nailed the ambiance and the aesthetic of it, and just the acting is great. Really, really good. Keep Last of Us in mind. I'll have you play that at some point.
For sure.
Yeah.
The big thing I know about The Last of Us is that the game where they got in some shit because Elliot Page was like, "Hey, you stole my face."
Yes. So the original, when The Last of Us first launched, it came out like right around the time of Beyond Two Sons or Beyond Two Souls or something like that. It was that game that was made by the same, I forget the name of the company, but the game that do you remember Heavy Rain?
Yeah.
Jason!
I literally used to be so obsessed with playing that game. Like, yeah, it was like my fixation, and I was obsessed in the sense that I didn't have a console for that or a PC, and I was like, oh my God, if I don't play Heavy Rain, my brain is gonna explode. I still haven't played it, but
I'm pretty sure not the sequel, but the second game was like Beyond Two Sons or Beyond Two Souls or something like that, and it came out right around the time. One of them came out first, but they were very close to each other. Then The Last of Us came out, and it exploded. And everyone fell in love with it. And Ellie looked exactly like Elliot Page. And Elliot Page was like, what the fuck is this? I also wouldn't be surprised if that was more of like the company's response, because they were like, we paid all this money for Elliot Page, and then this other fucking game didn't pay for Elliot Page, and it's the famous one with Elliot Page's face. I played the remastered, and so her face is different, and it just looks a lot more like Ashley Johnson, who is also in Critical Role. Yeah, Laura Bailey's in the second one.
Laura Bailey everywhere.
I love her. Though,
I need to
like,
get into her gaming space or her gaming.
not Laura Bailey discography.
Yeah.
I just started the second one. It sounds like Laura Bailey. It's weird. Like, I think if I played them when they first came out, I'd be a little more immersed than I currently am. But when I'm playing them, because I watch, especially since I've been watching so much Critical Role live now, when I was playing through, I was like, "Yep, that's Ashley Johnson. Yep, that's her. Yeah, that sounds like her." And then I started the second one. I was like, "Yep, that's Laura Bailey. Laura, that's my friend's in there." Like, it's harder to sink into the story when I'm just like, my friends are in there. But it's still very good.
Her voice too much.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at it.
You can't have too much Laura Bailey.
No, I can't. Just fucking inject it into my veins. I'm gonna stop. I don't want to be a fucking freak on the internet. But I can't.
It's too late. We already outed ourselves as freaks, I think.
Oh god. Oh god.
It's cool. As long as we don't reach goon state, we'll be fine.
Okay. If you guys want to avoid goon state, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe on this video. Thank you guys for watching. Elia, where else can they find us?
You can catch us on Blue Sky, Patreon, which is new, as well as YouTube, and anywhere else you could listen to podcasts at.
Thank you guys again for listening. Check out the Patreon. Subscribe for $5 a month, and you'll get access to our after show, Office Hours, which we will put a clip of right here. Wilt Chamberlain had sex with 20,000 women, and if you have sex once a day, that's 54 years.
But you know, he was definitely having sex multiple times a day with multiple women for sure.
I don't know. What about 20,000 hours? If you have sex every hour for 20,000 hours, you'd be having sex for 2 years and some change. I think that's doable. What a good fun time we just had. And you can have fun with us too if you subscribe to the Patreon for $5 a month. Until then, stay black, stay nerdy, and read books.
Please read.
Read some books, please.
And tell us about them.